Do you think they've struck the right balance to try and maintain its own identity as an IP? Or does this come off as something that is inspired off of things like Uncharted 3, where they were jumping out the plane almost word for word, bar for bar in certain cases? Chris, what are your thoughts?
Things go hand in hand, right? Before Nathan Drake, it was Octopussy. He wasn't here at that time. Nathan Drake himself is an offspring of James Bond. That's like when I was playing Borderlands 4 and folks was like, oh, is this like Destiny? I said, no, this is like Borderlands because
Yeah,
Borderlands was
Borderlands
the
did.
original looter shooter.
Yeah.
Things will pull from other things. So I'd say this is just kind of like not a return to form, but like a
Okay.
return back to the originator.
So, Jaya, what are your thoughts so far?
I don't think that there is an inspiration from Uncharted. I think that it is your typical stealth game. Without James Bond 007, there wouldn't be Uncharted, there wouldn't be Hitman, honestly. So like I think that when we return to our normalcy or what we grew up with GoldenEye on Nintendo 64, that is the blueprint. I wanted to specifically talk about 007 Everything or Nothing that came out in 2003 that was made and published by EA.
I
Listen.
love that shit. That's with Maya, right? That's the one with Maya,
Yes,
right?
this is my
She
favorite.
did the soundtrack.
This is my favorite
Hey, what's
007 game. The gadgets that they had with the spider gadget, he had a coin that he could use as a toss, and his rappel, his bungee cord, whatever the case may be. I just wish we would revert to that. But this is a good way to introduce how he gets that title and what steps he takes in order to maintain and get the true title of being 007.
And then what about you, Cash Cross?
I think like Kale said, I feel like they could add a lot more things. Even the HUD, they probably didn't show off a HUD because they don't have a final design for the HUD just yet. So I think that's a case of that situation. But like overall, like I said, I like the gadgets as well. There's certain things that I would also still like to look for. When it comes to like the whole 007 formula, I think it's there. You know what it also reminds me of? It reminds me of I think it was Everything or Nothing. Which one of those 007 games became like a third person?
It was Everything or Nothing. That was the first third person Bond game.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm always the guy that tries not to get overhyped about any game until I get my hands on it.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna really oversell or undersell the game. I'm the wait and see guy.